Hey guys, it's Jeremy here at Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. Got a little something different for you guys today. Something I want to incorporate a little bit more into my channel. Some album reviews of new albums that really get released in the metal community. And I had to do this one. It's from an iconic band, and you can tell by the video title, it's the new Iron Maiden Shinzitsu album. I just picked this up this morning. I haven't opened it yet, as seen in the title down below. It is going to be like an album review and like a CD unboxing or opening. I have listened to the album on YouTube in its entirety, front to back, 3 times already today, which is a lot because it's an 82-minute album. So I've been kind of sitting around this morning early in the day for about 3 or 4 hours, just kind of listening to it and digesting what I thought. And yeah, it's a solid album. It's really good. It's one of their best albums, I think, in a long time. But let's jump in, guys. And let's begin with the just the general artwork. I fucking love this artwork. It's one of my favorite ones they've done in a long time. I know a lot of people weren't a fan. They said it was some little simplistic, but I love the red and black two-tone. It's got a cool effect to it. I love the effect on the writing up here. I love the Samurai Eddie, it's so badass. And the kind of the Japanese writing down the side here. It's very simplistic, but I love the look of it. And on the back, it's even cooler. This could have even been a better album cover, in my opinion. Looks really cool on the back cover. I really like that image and the way the font and everything looks as well. So first I'll do the review quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time. I know there's a million reviews of this online already, but I just wanted to give my kind of breakdown of what I thought of the songs and the album as a whole. And then quickly at the end, please stay till the end of the video and I'll kind of open it up and we'll take a look at the packaging and everything that is in the CD. So this is an 82-minute album, like I mentioned. It has 10 tracks in total. It's a double disc, similar to the previous album, Book of Souls. And my first reaction to the album on first listen, honestly, was it's a good album. It's not a great Maiden album. It had solid tracks. It had good riffs. It had the galloping. It had, the trademark Maiden stuff that you always want to see. But then it had some interesting songwriting mixed in there that was a little different. And I'll kind of explain that momentarily. But yeah, my first reaction was it's a solid album. Better than some previous albums, but nothing blowing my mind. And then listening to it the second and third time, it's only grown on me exponentially. And I love it more every time I listen to it. The opening track on the album is the title track, Shinzitsu. It's clocking in at 8 minutes and 20 seconds. This was a surprising opening track for me. It was a mid-range song, mid-pace song. It had a lot of heaviness to it, which was good. And the opening sound with the kind of tongs and the tribal drumming was really cool. It kind of puts you in that mindset of like war's coming and get ready to fucking fight. So that part of it made sense for an opening track. But the pace of the song was very mid-paced. I thought they put a higher energy song to kind of really grab you at the beginning. But honestly, out of the 10 songs on here, this is a standout track for me. I really enjoyed it. It's got a darker feel to it until it gets to the chorus later on in the song. And I just really enjoyed the breakdown of the musicianship and the songwriting. And the second song was Strategio, which is kind of more in the Iron Maiden vein, the typical Maiden sound. The galloping sound, the riffs were very more Maiden-like. The verses were good, but I found Bruce's vocals on this to be a little muffled in the mix. It sounded a little off to me. Generally, Bruce sounded good on this album. You could tell it sounded like they lowered the key a little bit because it sounded like he was not straining maybe, but his vocals, he was having troubles on some of the higher end notes I noticed, and not to where it's like horrible, but he's getting up there in age and you can't expect, he sings it really well. I'm not saying he sounds bad, but there's a couple points I'm like, yeah, you could tell they kind of lowered the key or was in, just so it's more comfortable in his range so he's not straining. But he did a good vocal performance on this album. I enjoyed it overall. So moving on to the third track, The Writing on the Wall, which was the first single they released with the video. Fucking badass video. I love that video. This song is really different. It was written by Adrian Smith and Bruce Dickinson. So I think Adrian Smith had a big part in like the riffs and the different sound of this. It's got like more of a, it's got like a Western vibe at the beginning, and then it has a really classic rock kind of vibe to it. And it's just like a fun, catchy, like classic rock kind of southern rock kind of vibe. I really enjoy it. The chorus is very catchy. I could definitely see this in a live atmosphere where it's a song people really chant and sing along to the chorus. But I really enjoyed the vibe of this song. It's also a standout track for me. The more I listen to it, the more I've kind of got into it. And I love that kind of classic southern rock vibe it gives off. It's something a little bit different in Maiden's writing. And I enjoyed it kind of mixed into the album. The next one is Lost in a Lost World. This is written by Adrian Smith and Bruce Dickinson. This is a solid track, got some really good riffs, some tasty solos mixed in there. Voice sounds really good. More, again, on the more typical Maiden sound with their riff styles, etc. Just a solid track all around. I enjoyed it. It was a solid track. And then Days of Future Past is the fifth song. This is the shortest song on the album, only at 4 minutes. I like this song because it's a straightforward, kind of driving, rockin' song. It's very rock driven. It just hits right away. Doesn't waste any time. And it's just a fun song. It's a rocking song. And I really enjoyed it. It's just a fun song to listen to. The next one is Time Machine. At first listen, honestly, I didn't really enjoy this song. It kind of was kind of it didn't really jump out at me. But on second and third listen, I enjoyed some more parts of it. Like the melodies kind of stood out more. Some good riffs mixed in there. And it's a decent song. It's not one of my favorites on the album, but it's solid. Then going into disc 2, or the seventh track on the CD, is The Darkest Hour. This is like a really slow-paced song. It really slows it right down. I wouldn't want to call it a ballad, but it's the closest thing to a ballad they have on the album. It's just a really slow-paced song. It's got a cool atmosphere to it. Bruce's voice kind of more shines on this song. And it's just a chill song. It's a song you can kind of vibe to with your headphones on. I did enjoy it very much. And the last three songs are Death of the Celts, The Parchment, and Hell on Earth. These three songs are all written by Steve Harris entirely. And they're all very similar. They're 10-minute plus epics. What you expect from Steve Harris, full of riffs, full of solos all over the place, nonstop. Just epic songs, epic choruses, very theatrical choruses, and they're all great. But Hell on Earth was the standout track of all three, and to me, for the whole album. Hell on Earth is hands down my favorite song from this album. It's a fucking masterpiece. It's probably the best Maiden song I've heard in 20 years maybe. Like, it's just really stood out. After listening to the album like 3 times, I've gone back and listened to that track maybe 2 or 3 times on separately, and I just fucking love that track. Comparing it to the other two, they have a very similar style. They're very epic and not drawn out, but they're very epic, and there's more composition in the song because they're long, but they're all full of riffs, all full of solos. But I found Hell on Earth just to be the next step up from the other two, which kind of pushed the other two down in my overall taste of them. But the other two are very solid. I would definitely not skip over them. But Hell on Earth is my favorite track on this album. It's a beast. So overall, guys, really enjoyed this album. If I had to give it a ranking as of right now, based on 3 listens, I would give it 8 out of 10. Very solid stuff. I think it's my favorite album from them. Let's see. I would probably say my favorite album from them since probably The Matter of Life and Death in 2006, at least. Maybe even as far back as Brave New World. It's that good. In my opinion, it might be their best album of their new era. It's definitely better than Book of Souls and Final Frontier. Dance of Death I didn't like as much, but Matter of Life and Death was good. But I think it might be their best album of the new era of Maiden. It was very good. So definitely go pick it up, guys. New Maiden, Shinzitsu, fucking Maiden rules. But yeah, I think the more I listen to this, the more it's going to move up in my ranking in Maidendums. It'll never touch the first 7 albums. Those are always my favorites, along with most people, I'm sure. You know, everything up until Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, everything from there below are all masterpieces, just Maiden classics, and they're untouchable. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to do, guys, quickly, it's already been 10 minutes on this video, is just open this up and we'll take a look. I already kind of cracked the plastic. Just want to rip this off. The quality of it, you can tell it's a thicker digipack because it's a 2-disc. I love the gloss finish on the packaging, very nice quality. The print quality looks amazing. The colors are really crisp. And opening it up, that's what you see when you first open it. That's the one disc here. This is just some illustration. Oh wow, that's really cool. It has like the Samurai Eddie and then the 2-disc on either side. It's a really cool image. I really like that. Wow, that'd be a really cool print to put on a wall. I'm gonna look into that to see if they have like a print of that. That middle image is really nice. The colors are really crisp, just really detailed and really cool. I really like that. But yeah, cool packaging. They definitely didn't spare on the packaging. They put good quality into it, as expected from Maiden, a big band. I don't think there's any... Oh, there is a book. So there's a book in the middle section here. Again, the album cover. Yeah, just the lyrics. Cool color coordination, kind of blending with that samurai kind of Japanese feel. Oh, there's another image of the one on the middle of the packaging. That's really cool. And yeah, it looks like it's just all the lyrics. I'll kind of look through this. I want to read the lyrics later to kind of read it all to see what it's about. Well, that's cool. Really cool pictures of the Samurai Eddie. These would make really cool posters. I'm going to look into that to see if I can find something for my room after I finally get this music room set up. It's always like empty and it's annoying the hell out of me. But yeah, all lyrics. Kind of standard book here with some cool pictures mixed in. Another one with a bow and arrow. It's really nice. No band pictures. I'm kind of surprised. And then just the track listing on the back of the book there. But outside of that, I think that's pretty much it for the packaging. But yeah, definitely pick this up, guys. Definitely support the band. And I definitely think I'll be picking this up on vinyl as well once I can get a copy. They didn't have a vinyl copy at the store I went to. So I just picked up the CD just to have a copy of it in my collection. So yeah, definitely let me know below, guys, what you thought of the album. What the standout tracks for you were. For me, hands down, it was... Hell on Earth and was the standout, and then Shinzitsu and Writing on the Wall, and I'd have to say Days of Future Past. I think those 4 are probably my favorite from the album overall, but I don't think there's a skippable song on this album. It's solid all the way through. It's definitely not one you'd go to the hits or like the 3 or 4 songs only. So again, guys, if you're new to the channel and enjoyed the review, please give the video a thumbs up, and if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. Trying to growing the metal community. And again, let me know what you thought of the album below. And until next time, guys, keep it metal.